the hidden blueprint of women that men never learn but should. Hey, what up, guys? It's Austin back here with another key video. I'm excited about delivering this one to you guys today. I've been in the lab cooking this one up, so let's get ready to get into it. Now, most guys learn about women from social media, TikTok advice, or what worked from their friend, but everything that they know is 99% surface level. Now, the real blueprint and stuff that actually works is buried under the myths, the social programming, and ego. In this video, I'm going to give you the actual architecture of how women think, feel, and choose men, and you'll realize it's not about money, height, or even looks. It's about psychology, polarity, and emotional precision. A lot of the previous videos build up to this point, so let's get ready to dive in and level up. Now, in the first part, we're going to be discussing the myth of female confusion and the congruence trap that most men miss. Women aren't confusing, they're reacting to energy shifts. Men think women are emotional or indecisive, but what looks like confusion is actually subconscious filtering. Women feel rather than analyze. Their behavior shifts because your energy, confidence, and emotional congruence shifts. They are biologically wired to detect inconsistency. The more grounded you are, the more stable they feel around you. That's attraction. She's not confused. She's testing if you're consistent with who you say you are. Now, knowing this, let's talk about the congruence trap that most men miss. For the newbies out there, congruence is when your words, actions, energy, and emotions are aligned and consistent. A congruent shift happens when there's a disconnect, even a small one, between what you're saying and how you're showing up. Women are biologically wired to pick up on these micro signals for safety, confidence, and authenticity, and pick up on your energy instantly. Even if they don't consciously know what's off, they can feel it when you're not congruent, guys. So here's a good example. The flirty, confident text that gets awkward. Let's say you're messaging a woman on a dating app. You open strong with, "You've got dangerously good taste in books or movies. What's your best read it in one night or movie pick?" She flirts back. You keep the banter going. Then she stops replying. You double text and say, "Hey, did I say something wrong?" That's a congruent shift. Why? You started off confident, playful, and unbothered. Now you sound insecure, needy, or even approval seeking. Your energy shifted and it breaks the frame you originally created. Remember frame, guys? This is why all this stuff builds. If you haven't seen my video on frame, I've got a video on this topic, and go check it out and come back and you'll be all good to go. So it breaks the frame that you originally created. She may not be consciously thinking this guy is incongruent, but her brain says something about this doesn't feel the same anymore. I'm less attracted now. That's why I was saying a lot of this stuff happens on the subconscious level too, guys. So a lot of times girls don't know this, but they instinctively can feel it. So here's a couple other key examples. Other congruence shifts that women feel: from confident to over-explaining. You say you're chill and easygoing, but when plans change, you send a long, nervous paragraph trying to make sure she's okay with it. What she feels is pressure, insecurity. Or the second example, from masculine to approval seeking. You say you're a man who knows what he wants, then ask 3 times if she's sure she likes you. She feels doubt and emotional mismatch. Or example 3, from playful to serious too fast. You're joking and flirting, then suddenly say, "So what are you really looking for? Because I don't want to waste time." She feels emotional whiplash and agenda. The fix for this, guys, is just to stay emotionally aligned or congruent. If you show up playful, stay playful. even if she pulls back slightly. If you stay confident, act like it, especially when things don't go your way. If you want something serious, don't force it, frame it. An example would be, I'm good at reading people, I just don't vibe with surface level people. Now, the important part of the female blueprint is compliments don't work the way you think. Compliments aren't value givers, they're value reflections. A woman doesn't fall for you because you say something sweet. She responds when a compliment is earned and aligned with how you carry yourself. Flattering too early equals approval seeking. She doesn't feel seen, she feels targeted. Best compliments are about specific identity traits. For instance, an example would be, I notice how you pause before you speak. You think deeper than most, is an example. And remember, generic compliments feed her ego. Real ones feed her identity. Okay, this part is super key. Most women aren't looking for a man, they're looking for a mirror. A woman subconsciously looks for a man who reflects who she wants to become. Your energy equals her future. If you radiate purpose, calm leadership, emotional awareness, she sees a version of herself that's more powerful around you. That's why women will ignore great guys if these guys don't make her feel something about herself. She doesn't want a guy who just listens. She wants a man whose presence sharpens her. You attract the women who feel like their best selves around you. That's another reason I say the experience you give women is so key, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Women, like we just exposed in this part, looking for a mirror, they are looking for a guy that can give them consistency, but also give them all of these traits or masculine traits that make them feel good about themselves. So that way, when they're around you, they associate that experience with you. So anytime you're around girls, I always try to make it the best experience so that they associate the best times with me, and that typically works out really well. Sexual polarity is the game most men ignore. Masculine presence creates feminine surrender. Not control, not aggression, just grounded certainty. When you're firm in who you are, speak with intention, and don't seek validation, she feels safe to express, explore, and soften. Attraction dies when polarity dies, guys. When you become too agreeable, too available, or too reactive. Polarity equals emotional tension plus trust. You can't talk a woman into attraction, guys. You have to become the energy she naturally reacts to. Remember, you don't chase feminine energy, you anchor it. Filter fast or get burned slow. Most men lose time trying to convince instead of qualify. You're not here to win women over. You're here to filter for aligned energy. Start with emotional intent. What are you actually hoping to find on here? No judgment. Watch actions, not words. Interest always shows through effort and curiosity. Use mini friction tests. I like women who actually show up, not just talk about vibes. You that type? Something like that. This allows you to stop performing and start filtering. And lastly, part 6. Just to clarify the big picture and the main point, women aren't choosing you, they're choosing how they feel around you. A woman doesn't fall for you, she falls for the version of herself that shows up in your presence. Here's something that will shift how you see dating forever. Women don't remember the things you said, they remember how they felt when they were with you. A lot of men focus on saying the right line, having the perfect profile, or impressing her with facts. But attraction is rarely logical. It's emotional recall. Now, the science behind it is the brain stores emotional states more deeply than rational thoughts. If she feels alive, playful, sexy, inspired, or safe around you, she associates that feeling with you. That's what makes her crave your presence, even if she can't explain why. Now, on the flip side, here's what kills it. If she feels pressured, judged, or like she's performing, she'll want out. It's not always what you did wrong, it's how she started feeling about herself in your space. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're on a date, she tells a goofy story. If you say, "That's weird, why would you do that?" Um, Even jokingly, she might suddenly feel self conscious. But if you say, "That's wild, I love that you own it though. Most people are scared to be that unfiltered." Suddenly she feels free, validated, and fun around you, and that feeling sticks. Here's a great tool. I call it the micro reframe. Don't ask, "Does she like me?" Ask, "How does she feel about herself when she's around me?" That's the cheat code. And women aren't choosing you, they're choosing a version of themselves that comes alive in your energy. Make her feel like her best self, and she'll associate you with that state. That's how you become unforgettable. And in conclusion, she's not the test, you are. You don't need tricks, you need gravity. You don't need pickup lines, you need emotional leadership. She's not the prize, you both are, if you lead with clarity. The blueprint isn't about control, it's about congruence. And the moment you step into that energy, you don't chase women, you choose them. I know if you implement this with women that have interest in you, it will keep her attracted because groundedness is attractive like a fire to a moth. Now, game recognized, growth achieved. I'm Austin, and I'll see you guys at the next level.